So, Liza, you said one time moving electrons is more efficient than moving people.
That goes back to the idea of the classroom and learning happening in the classroom. I spend a good deal of time thinking about future social systems and future economics. And it's expensive to move people. So if what you're talking about, if what you're teaching and learning about is information-based, then it's going to become, and it already is, you see this because we see online courses, you mentioned online courses again, it's much cheaper if we have this ability to move sound and video and pictures and text via electronic transmission. It's much cheaper to do that and bring the information to the individual than it is to bring the individual into a lecture hall or a classroom. There are so I think what we're going to discover in the future is that the premium education, the thing that's expensive and specialty, is face-to-face. And there are a lot of things that we must do face-to-face. You can't learn to transplant a seedling. You can't learn how hard you can squeeze that little seedling to take it from the medium that you sprouted it in and put it in the garden without being there and doing that. There's a whole lot of tactile motion. Plus there's a whole lot of spiritual fun in doing it. You can't learn to play in a live orchestra if you don't have the other people around. You can simulate it on a computer, but you can't do it in the original feeling. You can't learn to swim on a computer. So there are many, many things that we're going to learn in the future and today that we can't learn by this stored forwarded computer medium. But there are many things that we can. And what we have failed to do in the 40 years I've been working in this field is to really look at our education goals and say, with the lens of saying that it's cheaper to deliver the information online than it is to deliver the people to the lecture hall. What must we do face-to-face, and what can we do online? And arrange our use of computing by that criteria, instead of whether we can get the school board to buy iPads. So there's a whole lot of, if you go back to very basic things like what's the most expensive thing to move, a person or a bit or a terabyte. I mean, right now we can move a terabyte of information more cheaply than we can go downtown to the local grocery store. So we need to be thinking in those really basic terms if what we're going to do is optimize our use of the technologies that we've developed. And we're developing them so fast that we're in thrall of the latest, greatest new thing, instead of really looking at what we could be doing, what we have in our hands today, without even replacing it with something newer. Yeah?
Steve Wozniak writes to me and said, cool, there would be no Apple without the computer club. So Steve is listening to this right now. I'm hoping he can pop in on Skype and say a few words.